Hey, it's Bitty Penny, and today I'm playing with the Arctic Winter box from Not Too Shabby, along with the Stamping Bella Stars and Clouds background. And then I'm going to be pulling in some random dies from my stash. But today I am going to be sharing with you guys kind of a new horizon that I am embarking on in my card making, and that is adding gouache into my process. So is my sketchbook. I've been playing around with this and I am just really loving the results. I can't say that it's any faster than alcohol markers. I'm just not sure. But it's a whole lot of fun. If you like to paint, this might be something that you would enjoy trying. Now, I just love the way that this artist illustrates. She always draws in lots of dots and details in her characters, and she's been long-standing, just one of my favorites. So I was so excited about these three stamp sets this month. I loved every single one so much, but this one, I'm a dreamer, and I just really loved these dreamy little characters just either romping about or flying or floating or whatever you want to dream of them doing. I just think they're precious. And I've been collecting different moon and stars dies lately. Now I have quite a few. And so I'm going to be making three dreamy cards with you guys today. So yeah, I love gouache because you can go dark to light. So I'm adding in all my detail. I went dark first, added all my light detail, and then now I'm going back and relining the stamp. I stamped it in my stamp positioning tool, so I could just go back and restamp it if I wanted to. But there's something about after painting all of these by hand that I just don't want to leave it to chance that I'll line it back up correctly. You might be better at that than I am. Okay, this is from Stamping Bella, and you might be able to find it at Not Too Shabby. Jamie has so much Stamping Bella, and I am a huge fan of Stamping Bella designs. I love the oddballs. I just love so many of their designs, and especially their backdrops. If you've never checked into it, you've got to see some of their backdrops. This one had me at hello, and I did do a little stamp surgery, but I just know I will use the stamp set more, disconnecting it like that, because then, like in this instance, I'm making a slimline card, which is this panel is 3.25 by 8.5. And so it enabled me to put the clouds at the bottom, the stars at the top. I can always reconnect those two pieces very easily if I wanted to. But now I can stamp stars and clouds wherever I want. Okay, and so here I'm just using my gouache to create my background. Um, I'm I'm pleased with how this came out, but I was wanting to put a lot more color into it. I loved the way the clouds were colored and the packaging of the stamp set, and I didn't get there, but that's okay. I'm still happy with my results. I'm adding in my own clouds up here at the very front or bottom of the card. And I'm just kind of mimicking the same shaped lines to create this. I'm going to actually continue to cut this design apart, which you'll see, and create some layers. So I know my stars are going to be yellow, so I decided to outline the clouds in a little bit of yellow to give the idea of the glow, but I'm not going to go to town worrying about it being realistic. My favorite art forms or art styles have always been like impressionist art and folk art, so I'm not too caught up in realism. I love it. I love seeing other people, like when I see Sandy Alnack and the things that she creates, I absolutely love it. Um, but I can't be bothered trying to make things too realistic. Not yet, anyways. I could get there. All right, so I just gave this a wash and then I went in and splattered both yellow and white gouache for a bunch of stars. This has got to be a dreamy, starry sky. Yeah, I just wish I'd added maybe a little more purple and a little more pink and even a little more yellow into the clouds, but I'm happy. So here I am cutting these apart. And then I'm even going to take this one step further and I'm going to cut these front clouds that I created out as well. So yeah, I'm just wanting to create some layers here. Don't worry if you're not a painter. I've got two other cards for you that are less painterly. But this is just where I started, so this is where we're starting. All right, so with this background cloud, I'm just going to add one layer of foam tape. So that is popped up, and then this front piece here, I'm adding 2 layers of foam tape for even more dimension. And now I have all of these little pieces. Now this one I went to town adding all kinds of detail to her, but the rest of them I kept extremely simple. Like one wash of color for that bear with dots and just adding back in the lines. I mean, really, really simple stuff. I'm going to glue 2 of these little critters down, the squirrel and then, or chipmunks, and then I'm going to pop up the bear. This card's not done yet. You'll have to wait till the end of the video to see how I finished it. But I did move on from it. And these are some Whimsy stamps dies, which Jamie has a ton of Whimsy stamps. You guys, they are definitely like up there in my favorites. I can safely say my top 10 companies is Whimsy Stamps is up there. I love them. I love Deb, one of their illustrators. I always love her stamps, and yeah, I love their dies too. All right, so I took some pattern paper from the kit and I stitched kind of my idea of a big stitched moon, or just circle around the moon and the star. And then I'm going to add in a few more stars. I just added a little white to my yellow on my palette to get this softer color. I think this card, of course, could be about reaching for your dreams or whatever, but I think it would be a really cute baby card, like welcome little one kind of sentiment. So I'm leaving the sentiment off of this one for now because I do have a friend who just had a baby and I'm thinking that that would be a great baby card. Even the first one would have been a great baby card. Now I went even more traditional, if you will, here, and I just played with some old dies and this beautiful paper, making lots of layers using a few different patterns. And then I just used 2 of my little painted pieces for my very miniature scene, which is super adorable. I think this card needs a sentiment on the front, but I ran out of time. But I think that would have been a really cute addition. Okay, these are some sequins that I make where I just use an old sheet of like Stampin' Dimensionals paper. So I know things won't stick to it, and I use sequins and Nuvo drops, and I create these little embellishments for myself, and I put them on glue dots and stick them on the sheet. And then I always have them for times like these. I put a little heart coming out of the chimney. So here's how I finished this off. I did use one of the Whimsy stamps from the same die set, Star, and I used a sentiment from the stamp set. May your dreams come true. Don't you wish that for others? I sure do. So there is that card. Here is this sweet little card, which I just think of like a baby card for sure. So precious. I really love it. I love all the texture. and I'm really just having so much fun. If you have gouache, give it a go. I'm playing with Arteza gouache right now in all of my sketchbooks and cards, and I'm loving it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's different, but different is good, right? Definitely go over to Not Too Shabby and grab some of the last kits. See you next time.